Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. I know I don't have the good camera set up, but I feel like y'all are okay with watching my coffee cup sometimes, and that's fine. Oh, well, not gonna lie, I just made it to the end of pot number one, so I'm not very awake. It was a roughish night and morning for us, so my family let me sleep a very long time today. So I figured I'd give everybody extra time for coffee. Good morning, Robert, Pugs, B Dog, Frank. Um, I have no topic today. Just sit and think. I was started my morning off with some. Jeff was telling me that the weather has changed from the one that we watched the other day. I haven't gotten to watch the updated one, but if those storm systems have changed, implore y'all to go look at your weather, no matter where you're at. Hi, Brian. Good to see you. Um, so yeah, just having me a good sit and think this morning. I listened to a little bit of 432 hertz music. I really enjoy doing that before the show. And then I, I came across Enya, and I love Enya. I used to paint to Enya. I would. There are certain albums that are arranged in such a way, like musical albums across different genres, mind you, but that are arranged in such a way that you can pop in a disc and listen to the entire album without feeling like you're hit skipping. You know what I mean? When you're listening to music, and you can just paint. It's so fluid. And Enya's always been one of those. I really enjoy painting when I listen to Enya. I love Enigma. Um, yeah, I like those nice mellow tones. Well, I like a lot of different things, honestly. I listen to all manner of different music, um, because I listen to whatever enriches me. Yeah, I like Enigma. I was just listening to Enya right before I started the show. Who can tell where the road goes? And I like the Celtic women, and I love drum and pipe. Uh, when I say pipe, I mean bagpipes. Drum and pipe bands. The bagpipes with the big drums. I'm telling you, if y'all haven't, matter of fact, hold on, give me just a moment. I'm gonna look something up for y'all, and I'm probably gonna get my hand smacked, but I'm gonna I'm gonna show you guys something, or maybe I'll play a couple minutes for you. I absolutely love this uh, this band. They're called Albanac, and I actually got to meet these guys. Um, they are amazing. Their energy is amazing. Uh, they play. They got a guy that does didgeridoo. Hold on here. Let me find a good one. Um, these people are amazing, and I got to see them. Hey Anna. All right, hold on here. Share screen. Um, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. All right, so I'm probably gonna get my hand smacked real good on this, but She's amazing. That lady is. That woman is. Oh, they don't have their didgeridoo player with this. It's not very. It's not a very good sound on this one. Anyway, those guys are awesome. That whole group of people. I will have to find. I'll have to get my old phone charged up, and I have some of their. I think I can play. Can I play my own videos? Right, I can play my own video because I got to go see them, and that was like a dream because they only come to the Americas like twice a year, and this was all before the the stuff happened. But if I can play my own video, I have my own video of them from the Renaissance Festival where I got to go meet them. Maybe I can play that. It's them playing their songs. And I'm a terrible camera person because I'm dancing the whole time. So the phone's moving up and down. So video quality sucks, but the sound is amazing. Oh. So how's everybody out there feeling today? I feel very calm. I feel very relaxed. I'm hoping one of you guys want to jump up here and join me and say, hey, hey. Oh no, I gave everybody time for extra coffee and they all wandered off. So B-Dog and Frank, are you guys still here listening? Do you want a pop quiz? Or are you watching your homework now? 32 here. Brian, you're where are you at? Are you in Canada? Or are you like a northern part of one of the states that gets hit pretty good? Or are you up on the East Coast? Whereabouts are you at, Brian? And is that in Celsius or Fahrenheit? Hi, Doodle. How you doing? You want to say hi? Come on. You have to get up here. Ready?
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
I love you, Doodle. Oh, there's Pappy. Hi, Pappy.
Hi, Pappy.
Oh, yeah, you're upstate New York. Oh, you guys are getting hit. Home fun instead of homework. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm having just a nice, peaceful day. And I really have, I don't know if this is a sit and think day. I truly just want to pick back up my book and relax. Put on some meditation music in the background and read. I'm a good way in. I'm a good ways in on this one. I would highly recommend this book to anyone that is interested in deepening their understanding.
What's up?
Themselves. Hey, how you doing?
I don't know if you should ask that.
Oh, now B-Dog's back. He totally missed me talking to him. You were doing your homework, huh? You ready for that pop quiz?
Home fun, not homework.
Wasn't that beautiful, though? I mean, And I felt like it would help. It was like you know how everyone hears things in a different manner. And so you can have the same exact message as somebody else and they won't hear it from you, but they'll hear it from the other person because that resonates better. Right. And maybe that's part of the whole energy resonation thing that, how Pappy talks about how, when our energies are at different spots where, you know, we don't resonate energetically at the same level with certain people and they go away, but then it attracts other people that have the same energy resonance, right? Stop
Don't
laughing
worry.
at me, big brother. You know I catch on slow sometimes.
I'm just watching. I'm watching B Dog. It took me a while to get rid of that word. It ain't work. Ask Pappy. It's not work. I finally got it through my head. It's fun. Adventure.
Yeah.
Your home adventure. Yeah, there you go. Home adventure.
Yep. Yeah, just go have an adventure. You never know what you're going to learn on an adventure.
Right.
Yep. Thanks for reminding me, because sometimes I get wrapped up in with Raina, and she shuts down like her dad, right? She, her little spirit self just doesn't accept conflict, and she will shut down. It's just like somebody turned off the light switch.
Yeah.
If there's conflict,
Armadillo medicine.
Well, and Jeff has that. Jeff does that.
So
And
do
it's
I.
not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But she has that little knack for doing that. And I know that when I approach her about homework or clean your room or anything, and she's a great kid, don't get me wrong. I am not even complaining a little bit. I'm just saying that she has that little safety mechanism even with her friends, But she just no. Her mind shuts down. She's like, I will not hear any more coming out of your mouth right now.
Yeah.
Armadillo medicine. Ooh, armadillo keeps popping up.
Yeah.
These shelled animals, shielded rather than shelled, maybe. Interesting.
Hey, so I do got a question.
Yeah, I
Does
got an
B-
answer. I don't know if it's right.
I got a question for B Dog. Did he do his home study or home adventure?
I think that's where Frank went. Frank went to go do his homework. Now, anytime I post anything like that, you guys in the description, it feels like it was needed to be posted. Pass it on.
Yeah, it's easy to learn information. Yeah, right.
Right.
Easy to retain information. There you go. At least for a dumb guy like me.
Well, and sometimes repetition is key. I mean, and that was taught into us how many years ago?
Yeah.
If they repeated it long enough, we learned it. That's the sad state of the education system.
Yeah, look how they brainwashed us already. It worked.
Well, but use it to your advantage, right?
Yep.
Use it to your advantage. Use it as a key to unlock rather than as a link to chain you down.
Yep. That's it.
It's all about how you perceive it. Yeah.
Use it to unlock what you've been taught, right?
I once wrote a song about that. I mean, this has been a background theme in my way. That's probably not the right way to say it, but y'all will understand. I think those who know me, those of you that have been listening and actually have somewhat of an understanding of me, will understand that even in the really, really roughest of times, that theme has been ongoing for me. It's all how you perceive, can you be thankful for the blessing when it doesn't come wrapped in papers and ribbons? That's always been a theme for me. I even wrote a song about that once, Robert. It's all how you viewed your gated life. I'll have to sing that for you sometime. Because I think you would actually like that one. I don't know if I have the guts to do it on live air.
Where's Anna? Kind of lonely up here, Anna. Haven't seen you
Look,
so
I
long.
gave you guys extra time to get coffee already. You already had an extra 20 minutes to get coffee. See, I planned that perfectly.
I haven't seen Anna so long. It seems like months.
Oh,
I gotta give sister some shit. That was a good time.
and you guys in chat, I'm very curious to know, has Wolf found way into your life here recently? Has Pathfinder been sniffing around your TP? I just want to be I'm just very interested to know, because we do have subtle connections, all of us, right?
Subtle.
Well, not every connection that you make is going to be brother. It's not all going to be like a family connection, like the bond I feel with you. You're my big brother, right?
I'm just teasing.
So yeah, some people subtle is better, don't you think?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want a loud connection with some folk.
No.
I
LHS.
saw it on a commercial the other day and I laughed about it because I am a snarky little smartass sometimes. And so I had me a good chuckle. This guy said, "I love humanity. I just hate individuals." And I laughed about it because it was hilariously and sometimes painfully true in my life. Like I love humanity. I just don't like people. But I don't really feel that way so much anymore. I feel a turning, a stirring. And it doesn't mean I want to go up and hug strangers, because I don't. But it means that I'm recognizing that I can still love you without liking you in the truest sense, right? I can see the connection.
Yeah.
And I'm learning how to not feel bad about having to walk away. And I hate that lesson. You know how many times I've had to learn that lesson? You know how hard that lesson is for me?
Yeah. Me too.
It is a hard lesson for me, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it.
Matako Oyasin.
Oyasin. Yes.
It is a procedure. Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, what a way to say it. See? That's wonderful. A procedure. And it is. It's an adventure. It's an adventure. You ready to go get a new badge? I'm just picking. I'm just picking. Wow. I was sitting here this morning listening to a story about it's a Native American story about giants, and it's a story about Clummin, Ploud, and Ea. Ea the giant, Ea the eater. Have you ever heard that story?
Which one?
Ea the giant. It's the story of Cloud and Plum.
Oh.
No?
I know what Ea is, though.
Yeah, but this isn't Ea in the connections that you've made about Ea.
Oh, okay.
This is different. This is I'll send you a link for it, or let me see if I can pull it up. because I just watched it not long ago.
My winged friend needed food this morning. I didn't get time to study much.
I was just listening to things as I went about.
I think I finished the first chapter, the first part 1 of Enoch though this morning. I didn't do that.
Here we go. All right, I'm gonna pop it in the chat in case you guys want to go check it out. And I'll pop it in private chat for you, Robert. I know you can't go to it right yet, but it'll be there. And I can send it to you later, even.
Where's
So,
Annabelle?
Raina was sitting out here listening to the story. I don't know if she's had enough coffee yet.
I'll just say hi.
She was out here. Oh, you were saying hi.
Good morning,
Hi, Annabelle.
LHS.
Yes, good morning, Lucy.
I think we got everybody else. I don't know who's in there. Hello, everybody. I don't even know.
I love adventures too. So anyway, Raina was sitting out here listening to this story about the giant with me, and she was like, "Mom, this is starting to scare me." And you don't get it. This kid loves scary stories. Like her, since she was little, she just came out loving scary stories. And you know what, though? When she was little, I used to worry about it, but she would always, in almost every movie, she would be like in favor of the villain, not what the villain was doing, but like, she always liked the character of the villain, and I worried about it for a long time, and I one day I just was like, okay, well, why do you like the villains? She said, Mom, they can be good people too. You just got to help them down the right way.
Yeah.
From a child. I think she was 5 or 6 when I asked her that. When I finally was just like, well, what is it? What do you? I don't understand. Can you help Mom understand why you like the villains? I just want to know.
And it disappeared, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what the weather change is. I haven't watched it yet. Four hours ago, he has a new weather thing. Guess a big storm's going to come. Blizzard in Hawaii. I hope that they're okay. If you got relatives in Hawaii, which I think Pappy may have relatives in Hawaii.
Oh, I forgot to tell him about that Dawn Star. I did read that. I read that part too.
Oh, awesome!
I didn't. You know what I mean? I didn't get back into it, but it did mention it came through Polynesia Islands.
Yeah. Well, and the other story I listened to this morning was it was a short story about the Native American story of the Great Flood, and how the people kept having these dreams, and so that the people that believed in the dreams that they were getting came together and built this huge raft. And of course, it's very similar story to the Great Flood story that we hear in the Bible. What if the people didn't migrate at all? What if they were where they were? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Because every story, every mythology around the world and all through time that we have record of all have a story of the Great Deluge, the Great Flood.
I think it's I don't know. I think it's bullshit.
Yeah?
I do.
I think it has something to do with the mud floods and the terraforming of Earth. I think all of that And I don't think that it happened as long ago as they say it did. I think they've messed with our time. And time being such a linear thing, it's rather when they turned it into a linear thing instead of a cyclic thing and decided to hide a lot of our history from us, they screwed themselves, if you ask me, because there's so many holes in the story. People were going to be born asking questions, right? Like you were probably a kid that asked a whole ton of questions too. I got in trouble for a lot of the questions I asked just because I was asking them, because you weren't supposed to see stuff like that. You weren't supposed to be asking questions like that. You were supposed to blindly, faithfully believe. And I got in a lot of shit over that, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't trade it. I remember getting my ass beat for telling my mom that the trees were my friends. Oh,
I knew better. I couldn't ask.
I learned. I learned what not to ask.
I
I was a
was-
very curious child, though. I think I came out of the womb asking questions. I always ask questions. My teachers, I don't think I ever had a teacher that didn't thank me for helping them learn something new. Because I would ask questions that weren't just in the textbook. And they would, most of them, I went to small schools, so most of them cared about that and would go find the answer, you know what I mean? Or find an answer, or tell me that they couldn't find anything. Like, it was really cool. I used to think I was born in the wrong time. Like, I've always had that sense that I was born in the wrong time, but maybe I wasn't. Maybe I was born right where I was supposed to be so that I could ask those questions. You think about the web, right? And the web, it's Pappy always talks about being two-sided, but if you think about it, that web expands like beyond time and space. It is, I kind of see the Akashic records as a web, like an energetic web of memory within the earth of all of her resets, all of her civilizations, all the memories of the peoples who have roamed the land, the planet that we live on, right? And isn't that what the Akashic record is supposed to be? So if you think about it like that, as this far-reaching web that even has no consequence of time and space, learning how to access that would unlock so much truth, right? Because it would be, I would imagine a record like that would be unbiased. It would come from source.
People would have to be real.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I've tapped into parts of it. And, Paul Wallace had made this statement about that. He thinks that a lot of times the storytellers are the ones that tap into that. And they do it naturally. And it's a way for us to access knowledge for our day and age, for our time, so people understand. And I got to thinking about that. And I thought, yeah, because we are all connected to that web of life is so much more than just our breath. Uh-oh, now I lost Robert. Hey, Monty, good to see you. Love pugs. You thought that for years? Yeah, I think there's you never know what you don't know, right? You don't know what you don't know. But what if if you had no fear, you would have no fear of searching out the answers to these questions, right? And so I think that's kind of the time we're in. There you are.
I fell down.
Don't ask me to repeat what I just said because I'm not sure I can. I don't.
All right.
What do you think about that idea?
I missed it.
Oh, about the web of life being
Oh,
stretching beyond
yeah, I
the
think
time and space. And I remember when Paul Walsh he talks about storytellers accessing this Akashic record, right, in their storytelling naturally.
he
They
thinks
just
everybody could do it. Thinks.
yeah, it's like you take that etheric chord, that source chord, and you just plug right in.
Yep.
I think that might be what I've been doing with my paintings here lately.
I think so. You're coming up with some paintings. Those are beautiful.
Thank you. That they're. I mean, I can't take credit for them because it's not like it's. It's. And I feel like I heard this once when I was younger, and it made a whole bunch of sense to me. Every song has already been written. Every painting has already been painted. Right, and in a literal sense, yes, it has, and no, it hasn't. Because we're going to all be a different expression of all of those same messages, right? Just like Buddha and Christ and Muhammad for his people, all these different prophets throughout time. The Native Americans had, there were many prophets, many people. Look at today's day and age. They got, who do they all follow now? Like Amanda Grace and some of them other ones. That's the only name I can think of off top of my head. But in every time there have been prophets. In every time there have been people plugged into the same message with a different delivery vehicle. Boom. Right?
Yep.
Can you see that? I mean, wow. And each of us, each and every single one of us has the ability to tap into that energy, that knowledge, and express it in our own ways. Whether it's a conversation, a certain viewpoint, a painting, a song, a piece of woodworking, whatever it is, healing. We all have the ability to tap right into that. Ooh. Okay, short show. I'm out. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm multitasking.
Uh-oh. I got some ringing in my ears today.
Yeah, I picked a strange card, hey.
Oh, yeah? I'm listening.
Another one that I never picked before. Interesting.
I've got my ears on.
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
I picked Black Panther card.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, make this pertinent for today. I don't know if this is Pappy's clan animal or not. Maybe he said black cat.
Yeah, he said. I was assuming it was panther, but you know how assumptions go.
Right. Black Panther, embracing the unknown. Oh, midnight jaguar, wash me with courage, and steal me with your grace, so I may know the value of the void of time and space. Teach me all your lessons, how to face the dark unknown. Let me bravely leap into the shadows all alone. Black Panther slid silently through the bayou, her golden eyes catching the starlight. Midnight fur soundlessly rippling over her stealthy sinew, muscle, and bone. She and her mate were the last of their kind in the homeland of the Caddo tribe. The Panther clan had been honored and respected by the red people of the bayou for hundreds of years. Black Panther's medicine allows human beings to face their fears and dark behaviors, exploring the internal shadow aspects of being. Most of Panther's tribe had been stalked and killed by the two-leggeds who had come across the big water and who feared their own dark natures. Those people were in need of her healing medicine. That night, the Panther stood at the edge of the swampy bayou, sniffing at the night, trying to catch the scent of any newcomer willing to go beyond their fears and trust her medicine. No, not at this night. She would wait patiently. No, not on this night, but she would wait patiently for one courageous explorer of the healing potential found in the dark of the unknown. The Caddo people called her clan the Black Panther, and her tribe was known as the Midnight or Black Jaguar to the Maya. The color black is honored by the red race. Darkness is the place for seeking and finding answers, for accepting healings, and for accessing the hidden light of truth. Black Panther teaches us through our dreams to delve into the places within ourselves that need healing. She shows us how to track the unfamiliar territory found on a journey of self-discovery and to fearlessly face the unknown. If the Black Panther has appeared today, it may be telling you not to worry about the future. Trust that you are not supposed to mentally figure it out at this time. You may need to confront fears of the unknown, of being less than you truly are, or an inability to simply be. Let go of fears that appear as obstacles or barriers. Embrace the unknown and flow with the mystery that is unfolding in your life. The next step may be leaping empty-handedly into the void with implicit trust. In the stillness of the void, find the will to avoid foolish interruptions, going deeper into your own self-discovery and healing process. Here you will discover Black Panther's unexpected blessings. If we would have pulled it back upside down, it did come out straight. But if we would have pulled it upside down, if Black Panther is appearing as contrary, you may be seeing situations as black, white, good, or bad, with no middle ground. Be free of mental presuppositions and expectations. It could be time to do some house cleaning. Let go of negative people, limiting thoughts, or any fear of being alone. If you are out of balance, your shadow may be creating demons of fear. Enter the stillness and refuse to surrender your personal authority to avoidance mechanicisms, justifications, or mental gymnastics. Remember, the fear of what if will always keep you from enjoying the present moment and life's gift in the present. Feeling jumpy, nervous, confused, paranoid, afraid of being alone or somehow at risk? These feelings are shadow's domain. Tell your shadow to get lost, then acknowledge and release any feelings of discomfort. Find the emptiness of the void and snuggle into Black Panther's midnight fur. In all cases, you are reminded that every human being emerged from the darkness of the womb. You once felt that the silence and the ebony void of this nurturing space was the safest place to be. That is cool.
Yes, it is. See,
Teach me
Shep,
teach me all your lessons, how to face the dark unknown. Then let me bravely leap into the shadows of all alone. Ha!
I would say that was so appropriate for today.
Yeah, fell right out today. Just what we were talking about.
Yeah. You know, people often confuse one idea with another. And they're taught to do that. They're taught to do that on purpose. That's part of the great deception that we live in. And it deals with language. But it deals with the entanglement of ideas in your mind, in your consciousness, too.
Yep.
Right? So
Yep.
we are taught to think that darkness equals bad, equals evil, and it's not true. Now, there is light and darkness, and a need to balance those qualities inside each and every one of us, and inside each and every experience that we have as well, right?
Yeah, by
So,
reading,
go ahead.
this is just strange. It's like the card comes straight up, right? It came out correctly.
Yeah.
What was this? Oh, see, in the stillness of the void, find the will to avoid foolish interruptions, going deeper into your own self-discovery and healing process.
Mm-hmm.
That's like for us.
Lose the distractions.
Yeah, and then if it's for the, what do you call it, for the collective, it is contrary.
Wow.
Remember, the fear of what if will always keep you from enjoying the present moment, and life's gift is the present.
Right. So what if we stopped looking at what if as a fear and we just changed that one thing?
Exactly.
And
That's what I'm
and
saying.
instead of saying what if this bad thing happens, say what if this great thing happens? What
Right.
if I don't fall? What if I fly? Right?
Yep. And your Aquania is your safest place to be.
What if I don't fall? What if I fly?
Very cool. Is that spot on today, Pappy?
Well,
Pappy's
hello.
Somebody kicking you in the butt, Pappy? Let me at him.
Kicking myself out of my doldrums here.
Yeah, me too.
Well, interesting card you pulled there, Robert. Yeah, that is my family clan totem.
Okay.
But you mentioned a couple of things in your conversation. That we have to be ready to do the things that we're led to do, and that we're guided to do, not only for ourselves but also, as Heather mentioned, for the collective good. And when you look for, stop, don't you do that. Bobby's trying to break into the bedroom. And when you do that, you sometimes have these questions about, how am I going to do this or how am I going to do that? And always remember, I keep talking about the tether. I keep talking about the connection that's always there, And when we're talking about doing things for ourselves, we're talking about doing things that'll put us in harmony with all that's around us in good relationships. Hematakwe oyasin, as you're getting very fond of talking about. We're all related. We always are.
Right.
And one of the things that that I use to reinforce that as a teaching, to remind people, is one of the things that a lot of people, when we say, Native American spirituality and stuff, they think of a lot of different things. But one of the things that comes up is the prayer pipe. Okay. And a lot of people don't really have an understanding of the prayer pipe. They'll call it by a lot of different names, and you'll see all the jokes about, they're smoking the funny weed in there and everything else like that, and none of that is true. The prayer pipe is an instrument of use to contact and send up prayers in the Native American way. And each of us in our own way, whichever way that you look to guide your spirituality and your spiritual welfare and your spiritual life, are sending out prayers in your own way. In that context, you also are making yourself a pipe stem. Okay, and I have a teaching on that. And that's called being a pipe stem. We are only the pipe stem Creator uses to draw energy through for the benefit of others. But know the Creator loves the pipe stem and will lovingly take care of it. When the Creator connects us to the bowl of intent, it is then filled with the prayers of healing and service to others. The prayers of intent are ignited with the fire in all things. And it is the very breath of Creator that flows through us, the pipe stem, that is then released to perform its intent. When we allow our pipe stems to be connected, we become one with the bowl, one with the prayers of intent, and one with the fire in all things, and one with the Creator's breath of life. We become the pipe.
I like that.
So each of you out there in your own way, fueled by the intent and your recognition of connection to all things and being where you're supposed to be in the time that you're supposed to be, in the era that you were meant to be born by the intent of Creator, okay, can allow yourselves to be an instrument of powerful prayer, powerful manifestation, powerful change for good. Okay. But there's a flip side to that. You know, intent dictates where you send your energy. Okay. So if you're not careful, you can send it in an unhealthy way also. That's where discernment comes in. And that's what we're going through life trying to figure out, how do we make good decisions? We already know that we can go and find help whenever we want to. We go to the looks within place. Okay. So we have to be like Bear. We have to go out there and roll over the logs, dig them apart and stuff to find the morsels that we need to feed our spiritual pathway. We need to be able to see with the eyes of eagle obstacles that might be around us. We need to examine up close through the little feelers of mouse to make sure that we haven't missed something that's important or a crack that's forming in our defenses. Okay, so all of these things are little guides for us, little triggers for us, And what's nice is it kind of brings us all together. We're all learning this at the same time. None of us are ahead of the other. We're just in a different place on the pathway. There's no finish line until we take off our earth robe, and we're all going to do that at different times. You're all running your own race. You're not in competition with anybody.
Right.
It makes you all equally powerful.
We're all students, right?
Oh yeah. Wax on, wax off.
Yep.
I decided a long time ago I never wanted to stop asking questions.
Yeah.
Learn new stuff. I want to be a student for life, and in that, it's not that I want to sit at everyone else's knee throughout life. It's that I want to learn from every source that willingly has knowledge to give. Because
And I
we're all
noticed Tim popped in. Hi, Tim.
Tim's in.
Hey, anyone know what today is? You know what today is?
The day before the solar eclipse.
Could be.
No, what is today?
Come on, you got to know what today is. Robert, you know what today is, right?
It's Friday.
Okay, today is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah, that's right. Huh.
Everything.
I'm gonna straighten it out because it didn't start off too well.
Oh yeah, you going to feed the apples to the big guys or what?
Yeah, and I already fed the birds, so
Yeah, them big guys are going to be malnutrition by the time you feed them.
they're probably going to be mad because they're. Remember I told you about the guardrail that fell down?
Yeah.
Just over here. Yeah, they're going to start working on it probably Monday. I don't know what they're
Well,
going
you better get their apples out there now so they can enjoy them over the weekend.
to take them and run.
They're going to be out there tipping over your apple cart.
I just see a couple apples. I'm going to grab those apples too. I'm going to give them a whole bunch of apples.
Yeah, just let them know, hey, there's going to be construction around this area.
Don't give them
Just
too
so you
much
know.
apples.
Yeah.
You have to give them kale pectate.
Yeah. This is cool. That's what I'm going to be doing today. As soon as it's over.
I understand Craig the Hunter's dad's in the hospital. Anyone know anything about that? I know Lisa mentioned it in chat. I don't know what the circumstances are around that.
I don't either, but I would happily send some energy that way.
A stroke.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that.
Lisa, we will do that at some point in time. Maybe just before we close out today, unless somebody wants to jump up and if there's any others, I mean, I would be more than happy to lift up a prayer for everybody. I try to do that every day anyways.
Yeah.
I was sitting here.
Somebody just asked about Bella too, and I don't know what's going on with Bella.
Oh, okay. So apparently Craig's father had a stroke and has had surgery.
Thank you, Shep. Says he had a clot in his brainstem and his arm, had surgery to remove the one in the brainstem, and the other one is still there, last update. So, hi, Crystal. And Dorinda, hi.
Dorinda had a crazy Viking Santa Claus go berserk in Walmart. Was a berserker, she said. They said he was a thief. He was a Robin Hood Santa. He was robbing from the rich to give to the poor kids.
Yeah.
Right.
He had a sack of toys, all right.
Now, he probably thought he was in Los Angeles where you can get away with doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Just watch the dollar tag. Just to watch the dollar amounts. That's all. That's ridiculous. Oh, my.
Well, let me go into my files here, and I want to pull up. I think I've got an appropriate prayer that we can lift up. Okay, so hold on a second. I'm going to do a change here.
I was going to say, I feel very patient today, but then if I say that, some trickster is going to throw something in the mix just to test that theory. So I didn't.
I wonder where Anna went.
You're fine, Lisa. Listen, you guys, if you know somebody needs prayers and we don't know it, but we're willing to give them, by all means, mention it. It's that's fine. That's part of the connection process, right? One part of the connection needs healing. So you put the energy out there and it travels along that web, that connection, and it goes where it needs to go.
Yep, goes where it needs to go. And anyone who needs it.
Exactly. So in your request for one, you may heal many. You never know.
Hi, Mr. Hummingbird. Wow.
Did you guys hear that plane that had gone over our house?
No,
It wasn't a military copter. It shook the whole house. It was so
But-
low, but I ran outside on the porch to see if I could see it, and I could not see it.
I just got buzzed
That's
by a
how-
hummingbird.
That's how cloudy it is outside. It's so thick, and they're never that low. It flying low enough to shake my house is something different altogether. Hi, Crystal.
Hey, I just wanted to jump on here and say hey, and I love y'all, and I love you in the chat. I got to drop off real quick. I got to go pay bills. Fun. But
Yeah, we saw that.
yeah, I love y'all, and I just want to know y'all have a wonderful day.
You too.
You too, hon.
Okay, you too. Be
All right,
safe out
bye-bye.
there.
Use Black Panther medicine.
All right, folks. Let's
Yes.
think in our minds and in our hearts eyes of those that we would like to offer up a prayer for healing for whatever it is. Now, in what we know so far, for Craig's father, who has undergone the surgery, and with the circulation problems that he's having, for Craig, who's stressing over his father having to do that. If you have some others that also could use a good supportive prayer, a good supportive burst of energy. If you yourself have a problem that you no longer wish to carry on your shoulders, if you look at the avatar on my picture that I have posted, I have joined us all in a circle. And that circle is a circle of brotherhood, sisterhood. That is a circle that connects us to our being, to what we are, what we've always been, to our true selves. That connects us to where we came from. In the center of the circle, let's place the needs of those that we're praying for. Let's place the troubles that we no longer wish to carry. Let's place in there the turmoil and the tumultuousness of the world that we live in. Place it in the center, this place of transformation. And allow your good thoughts to come into your mind and attach to them the great emotion of love. And let's send it out as this prayer is read. Grandfather, great sacred, you have always been and before you, nothing has been. There is no one to pray to but you. The star nations all over the universe are yours, and yours are all the grasses of the earth. Grandfather, great mystery. All over the world, the faces of the living things are alike. With tenderness, they have come up out of the ground. Look upon your children, that they may face the winds of life and walk the good road to the day of quiet. Grandfather, great spirit, you are older than all need, older than all pain and prayer. Fill us with light. Give us this sacred light. Give us the strength to understand and the eyes to see. And teach us to walk the soft earth as relatives to all that live. Grandfather, you who are the living creator, smile upon your children and help us. For without you, we are nothing. With you, we are related to all things. Keep us in this relationship for as long as our feet walk upon the Mother Earth. Hear the prayers of your children that go out to you and lift it up to you on the sacred smoke. The smoke that is lit by the fire of your creation and carried out to the four winds. May it be for the highest good of all those that we have placed in our center here today for your consideration, Creator. Not our intent, but your intent. Not our will, but your will. Let us be the hollow bone that you blow through for the benefit of others within this creation, that we can be a good pipe stem, that we can be a good tool in your hand, that we can walk a good path, and that we are worthy. By this very action, you have made us worthy. And for this, we thank you. Aho.
Aho.
Aho. Thank you, Pappy.
I would like to thank everyone in chat, everyone up on panel that joined in, and by extension, those others in your extended family out there that also join with you in prayer. Because everyone we've ever touched and interacted with, we've exchanged energy with. And so we've asked to connect to them on the web, haven't we? So when we pray, we're not only praying for them, but we're praying with them. Yeah, much more powerful, and your reach is much farther than you think, people. You did a good job.
You're more powerful than you think you are.
Yes. I just had an image of a very small insect landing on a web and creating a vibration that we could all feel. That's how connected we truly are.
Yeah, some of you are younger than us, so don't be jumping up and down thinking that web's a trampoline, you know. Hard for us to hold on when we're old. You might shake us right off.
We got our tether, though.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. That's cool.
No, I think I got to paint today.
That's beautiful.
I don't exactly feel like I'm all the way here in the material world today, so. Here, hold my string. Oh.
Yep, you're all pathfinders.
That's cool. That's beautiful. I like that.
Yeah.
That is cool. There's your Pathfinder, folks.
Shunkmani Tutankashka.
Feel like we're
White spirit dog. Feel like we're what?
kind of like there's a higher vibration of energy coming in now. Like,
Well, yes, we just called that to come in. It hasn't dissipated.
Oh,
It's still here. It'll be here until you end your broadcast today.
I could.
yeah, but I mean, on that other layer where we had that big turbulence, right? That very chaotic energy come in and swish us around a little bit, and then
We have
yesterday
another wave coming, you
had
know.
that.
You have another
I
wave
know.
coming to prepare for it.
Another way. Is that coming with the eclipse tomorrow, or is that
Yeah,
coming
well,
between
yeah,
the eclipse?
there'll be something with that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Each one is lifting us incrementally higher in frequency. It's shifting it. It's not shifting it whole octaves right now. But we're getting raised a little higher and higher and higher, you know. So when the wave recedes, you'll see the water mark is higher than it was before. I mean, that's in a
Right.
figurative way of putting it.
Yep.
You know, it's like you'll be able. It's like a flood stage marker that stays at the highest that it goes to, and then when the water recedes, it still stays there, so you can record it. Our energy is doing that. It's being lifted up, and it's lifted up to a certain level. And the next wave will come in, it'll lift it up a little bit more. There's some that are so tethered to the ground, though, that they're finding that as those waves come in, it's getting closer and closer and closer to the point it's going to drown them if they don't cut. You know, if they don't cut their anchor. That's why I say
Right.
you got to go. You have to go with the flow when it's coming in. You have to become part of the flow. You resist it, it'll rip your mooring right out.
Yep.
Right. Wow, I've got so many pictures in my head right now.
you just wait. You just wait through the chaotic energy raising. Sometimes it's chaotic. Sometimes it's calm. Sometimes it's erratic. Go with the flow.
I think I probably
Well,
float.
at some point in time, Heather, I gotta talk to you off screen. Probably do it, and we'll set up a sacred time to do that. I just had the revelation for a question you asked the other day.
Okay.
Do you remember what you asked?
I've asked so many things, Pappy.
I know you
Yeah.
have. I know you have.
I'll know the question when I find the answer.
Interesting.
All right. Chaos happens when change is resisted. Well, chaos is part of our life. You know, we were told that it was going to be there. That's the one thing that we have to always prepare for. Chaos was not in our lives. There would not be the change we would have to prepare for, would we? You got that dead on, Shep. Chaos is what also elicits us the necessity to make choices.
Right.
Choices are what help us grow.
Free will.
Whatever
Well,
happened?
having said that, Robert, free will is not always necessarily a healthy thing because some people make free will choices that are the same that keeps them in the same spot.
That's right. Yeah.
Some
Well,
people use their free will to not make a decision, and not making a decision is a decision.
yep. That's right. Yeah. That's
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Heather. I'm always doing that.
Oh, that's fine.
Throw
It's
pine cones at
absolutely
me.
fine. I interrupt quite a bit too, so I understand. I understand it's not a matter of rudeness, but rather getting the thought out before it's gone.
Yeah. Well, in my case, you know how I told how that works. Now I'm getting one ear that's bigger than the other because I have more stuff falling out of one ear than I do coming in the other one.
I have an elf ear, and my oldest son is the only one that inherited my elf ear. But I have an elf ear. Like, I don't know if you even know what I'm talking about, but it comes to a point. It's only one of my ears, and it's only one of his ears. And none of my other children have that ear. I don't know why I brought that up. Sorry.
You're a gelfling. You're a gelfling.
And what exactly is that? Just that I have
those little creatures that were in the movie The Dark Crystal.
Oh, yeah, the Gelfling.
The
Yeah.
ones that ended up saving the shard of the crystal to make it whole. You're a gelfling.
Yeah, you see these different human anomalies everywhere, right? In our genetic code. Giantism, dwarfism, whatever the ism is that allows hair to grow on every inch of the body, right? And I think about those things, and I've always been. My mom would say I was a dreamer. I like to live in fantasy land, and I would say, but Mom, what if there was truth to this? What if these things actually existed? Well, they don't. They're just tall tales. And the more you find out, the more you understand that there is a kernel of truth in every matter. And it always made me wonder about the lands that disappeared in the mists, elves and fairies and all. And I believe that there are times in the year where the veil is thin enough that we get a glimpse of those truths.
Well, here's something to consider. Do things remain alive if we erase them from our memories and no longer think of them?
That is a question I have often pondered. Does that energy still exist? I think it does on a different plane.
If we
That's my
create
personal opinion.
if we create our reality through our thinking, through our intent, through our mind, okay, and we are not utilizing it for a subject any longer, does it even exist any longer? It might historically be
what you're
in a
saying.
book, but if there's no concept of what the book is saying any longer because it has been lost.
Well, may I pose another query to that same subject? Is that
I'm just throwing stones in the pathway. That's all I'm doing.
right? And I'm just rearranging them just a tiny bit. So then would that also play to the if one light still exists, you can't wipe out the entire belief?
Mm-hmm.
If that one light, if that one believer still exists. I know I'm making a metaphor to a movie, and I've talked about it in the past, and it's a kid's movie, but there's so many truths in that movie.
Well, what you just said has already been validated in at least one of the religious books that people read and follow. Okay, because prophets and certain wise and sacred people were told by spirit that, look, if there's one believer in that place of darkness, then I will spare it. If there's one candle still lit, you see what you see what you
Yeah,
just did?
one light.
Okay. And that's why I always point out to everybody, when you go to your looks within place, and and when you get to that darkest hour of the darkest day of your life, within that is that little glimmer. That little glimmer is the spot of light. And as you draw closer to that spot of light, it will get brighter and brighter and brighter. When you pay attention to the spot of light, which is the spark of creator within you, when you pay attention to it, you are feeding it, because what you are thinking on is where you are sending your energy, and in turn where you're gaining your energy back, because your eyes not only send energy out, okay, and thoughts out, what am I looking at, but they're also receiving, this is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm seeing. So the energy goes both ways, and the fire will get brighter, more defined, and then all you have to do is feed it. And when you feed it, it chases away the darkness. And when you chase away the darkness, the shadows don't hold the fears anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Those strange bumps that you heard in the night take on
Yep.
understanding now.
And even one match
You were
can
going by
illuminate the
daylight alone.
darkness.
It is illuminated.
Isn't that wonderful? One light. One light. Be that light in somebody else's darkness. Just be you and shine, and you will illuminate someone else's darkness. That's how light is. It's contagious like that. It's beautiful.
It was written by a blind person that if you keep your face to the sunlight, you'll never feel the shadows. A blind person that was seeing with the eyes of awareness, not the eyes of the physical body,
Right.
because they weren't seeing the sunlight, they were feeling the sunlight, feeling with your sight.
Like Frankie. She does. She feels.
Oh,
She feels with her spirit.
Yeah.
She lets her spirit guide her. Exactly what she does.
And that's nothing more than going into the flow of spirit, isn't it?
Yep. She's
Not damming it up, not pressurizing it, not bending it to your will or to a purpose, but going with it.
Yep.
Going with the natural flow of it. Because you'll resonate at the frequency that you need to when you go with the flow of it.
And it comes really easily when I do that. And I don't start something knowing what it's going to end up being anymore. And that, I got to say, there's a freedom in that I've never experienced before when I painted, except for very few times. And I thought it was an elusive thing, some type of place I would be able to put myself in. And for years and years and years, I looked for the way to be able to do that, thinking that it was not tied to everything else. And the key ended up being that it was much more simple than I had made it.
Well, one of the things that you have to remember, that's a goal that we want to strive for. That hopefully ultimately is the destination that we'll end up at. But because of our circumstance right now in a 3D material world, there are certain corrals and fences that have been put up that we need to operate within. Were it that simple to go and do exactly what it is that you want to do, you would in fact be taking a foot which is straddling both lines, spiritual and physical, and lifting your physical one up and taking 2 steps into the spiritual and staying there. Okay, that's not fulfilling what Creator has put you here for. Now, people do that all the time, okay? For whatever reasons, they'll go across that barrier voluntarily, okay?
Right.
But I don't, whether or not they've met all the goals, that they were designed to do in that lifetime. I don't know. It's not for me to say. But the way that I look at it now is that we can go to those places because we can be powerful there, but we have to remain grounded where we are. Creator knows when the time is that we can take the robe off and no longer be grounded here. And then we can fully go with the flow. So when I say go with the flow, I always try to remember anyways to put the caveat to be aware that you're still tethered.
Yeah.
That tether, you have 2 tethers. You have a physical tether and you have a spiritual tether. You can never get lost spiritually as long as you realize you got the spiritual tether. Okay. The physical tether is your physicality, your ability to express here in the material, that part of creation that Creator wants expressed through you. You are important enough to be put here for that purpose. What happens sometimes, people don't tend their tethers, and it's like taking a 100-foot extension cord. And if you don't wrap it up nice, what a mess it is to try to untangle it to use it again.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the same way with these tethers. You have to attend them so that they don't get tangled, because they can certainly entangle you. It's like anything else, What you'll pay attention to is what you'll take care of.
That is very true.
That's beautiful, yeah.
Much food for thought today. Well, I tell you what, why don't we go ahead and end the broadcast? Pappy, if you want to hang around for a few minutes, you're welcome to. Robert, you as well, if you'd like. But why don't we go ahead and share some final thoughts with our with our lovely family today. And
I said, have a great day, everybody, and don't get bogged down in the mud. If you feel like playing in the mud puddle, you can play in the mud puddle. Just don't slip and fall in it and get stuck. Bad place to be.
if you get stuck, make mud pies till you're unstuck.
Reach your arm up. We'll grab you and pull you out.
Or you're going to brace your inner child and just have fun.
Yep. Be porcupine.
Yeah, Raina used to love doing that. She was a mud puddle girl from the day she was born, I think. And she would go out and she'd be playing in the mud puddle, and all of a sudden she'd come home and she'd have mud from head to toe. And I'd say, "What did you do?" And she said, "I laid down in it, Mom. I was swimming."
Oh, hey, I remembered something that people can connect with. When we mention grounding, most people don't understand what we're saying. But if you think back, when you go to the beach and you take your shoes off and you're walking around in the sand, and when you go back home that day, that's the difference. You feel so much better because you were just grounded and you had a good time. What do you got there?
This is
Yep.
a balloon dog, new member of the family. Raina loves making these balloon animals.
Hold on. I made one for my mom. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit inflatable.
Oh, we showed him this one. Yeah, he's smaller. This is my previous balloon dog.
Who deflated?
He's deflated somewhat. All right, we will leave you all with balloon dogs today. I love you all. Flow with the current, but don't lose your tether. I think Pappy gave the best advice on that. And don't let it get you tangled up. Love and light, y'all. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you tomorrow.
Have a great day.